Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of You Might Not Like It podcast. I'm PhilltCast.
And I'm KodyBear. He promised me to be on my best behavior.
Alright, and today we're finishing out the PBD's 10 most important decisions to make in life. We're going to get through these, give you guys some actual serious feedback. Hope you like the show. Let's get started.
I find that's going to take a while. Next one, faith. Why is faith important? Faith is very important. When I talk to my boys, I look at them and I say, listen, guys, what's a more important relationship to you? You guys with me or you guys with each other? And they'll say, us with you. I said, nope, it's the two of you guys together. Why is that? You guys are going to be in each other's life longer than I'm going to be in your life. You're looking at your best friend in life. God gave you your best friend, and that's your brother, and that's your sisters. That's your best friend in the world. You guys got to find a way to be good with each other. But I tell them, are you ever alone by yourself and I'm not around, you're scared? Yeah, what do? I don't know, Daddy. You pray. That's when you lean on God. That's where faith comes in. There's going to be many moments in your life where you don't know what to do. You're like, man, am I going to be able to do this by myself? You have to pursue your faith. For me, I became a Christian man January 21st of 2004 when I gave my life to Christ. That was for me. I lived the life of an atheist for 25 years. I used to go to all these, I used to go to Scientology Bible studies. I used to go to Los Angeles Church of Christ. I used to study what LBS was with Joseph Smith and things. I used to study Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witness, Christianity, Judaism. I used to study this because I wanted to find out what role faith was going to be in my life. I wanted to do something big, and I knew I couldn't do it by myself.
So pretty much when he's talking about faith, he's talking from a religious standpoint, but I also want to argue that if you don't have faith in yourself, no matter what journey, destination, goals you have, is not going to go anywhere if you don't have faith in yourself to do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I agree, but he's also trying to tell us that, that following a Bible or a God is the only way to really, become successful. And I don't really agree with that. I think you can take knowledge from the Bible and treat it as a guidance in life, but I don't necessarily think that unless you're a full religious man that you can't find success.
I mean, that's a fair statement. There's people that aren't religious that are successful, but we'll move past it. We're going to get to the main juice and potatoes.
How to vote, okay? Young man, how do you vote? Do you vote Democratic? Do you vote Republican? Do you vote Independent? Does your vote matter? I don't think my vote matters. Who cares about my vote? My friend tells me my vote doesn't. My dad tells me, why would you even vote? Nobody's even going to care anyways. You only have one vote and there's 150 million people that are going to be voting in America. Why would you vote? It's a waste of time. That's a victimhood language, but you got to realize, how are you going to vote? Are you going to vote for pro-life or pro-choice? Higher taxes or low taxes? High regulation, low regulation? Big government, small government? Strong military, weak military? More entitlement, less entitlement? How are you going to vote and why? By the way, I'm not going to tell you how to vote right now. I'm going to tell you it's your job to go and pursue and watch a bunch of debates and make a decision on how you choose to vote in life. That's one of the philosophies in life.
I kind of get on the point of the voting thing because to me, I don't like to tell people to vote because I'm not really political. I'm not going to tell you to vote for, one side or not. Vote for who benefits you. That's the whole point of voting. Don't listen to all these other dumb fucks out there. If Trump or whoever's on the office or whoever he's competing for in the future or whatever they have one idea that benefits you and the other one doesn't, go for what benefits you. Don't be a people pleaser. Go for you.
Well, for me, it's simple. I don't vote because I don't really think it matters. I feel like this country is and it's just my opinion, I feel like it's like a train, right? Except we're off the tracks and we're too heavy to turn or steer or really, we can move a few inches left, few inches right, but we're not turning no more. I feel like the country in itself is already down a path, and it doesn't really matter who's in office, in my opinion. It's going to head down that path anyway. Now, all the little minor details, with each party and what they want, that stuff is, in the toss-up. But as far as, where this country and where we're headed as a collective, I don't think either side has really any say in it. I think we're just a runaway train at this point.
Especially when you go to everybody's blaming each other's side for some dumb shit.
Well, yeah, it's just whether we lean 6 inches to the left for a few years or lean 6 inches to the right for a few years, that's what I mean by you can't turn the train. We can only lean one direction now, one way or the other, and we're just going down this hill.
The lights don't speak. The lights keep changing colors. Must be those goddamn Democrats.
I mean, but they were programmed to do that. Must be the Republicans.
Let's just go to the next video.
The next one, relationship with money. What does money mean to you? I cannot tell you how many people I met, whether they make 10 grand a month, they're broke. They make 100 grand a month, they're broke. NFL pays them $300 million, 10 years later, they're broke. The relationship with money is understanding what this guy is. What is money to you? Is it something you get to spend? Most people, when they say, I want to be a millionaire one day, an author who wrote a book on money said, they're not saying they want to be a millionaire one day, like they want to have $1 million on the back. When a person says, I want to be a millionaire one day, they say, I want to be able to spend $1 million one day. But that's not the understanding of how money works. This means a soft pillow. This is a tool. This allows you to invest into your kids. This allows you and your wife to have good times together. This allows you to live in a secure area. This allows you to take care of your family when they're going through difficult times. This allows you to contribute to society, to certain charities you want to support. This is the relationship with money. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to be in a pursuit of getting a clear understanding of a relationship with money. By the way, you make fun of people with money, you will never have money. You make fun of people ahead of you that are doing better than you financially, you will never be rich because money is not attracted to people like you.
Well, that's why I think a lot of people mess up with, Phil, is simply that a lot of people use the love for money as their goal when it should just be a tool to keep to their successes. Because most people, to get to your building blocks or your destinations, you need money. So that doesn't mean chase money to get a step ahead. You use the money you got to push yourself further.
Yeah, I agree. But for me, money's a little bit simpler. Like I said, I'm always a simple guy. It's always usually typically a real simple answer. And money is time. Money provides freedom of time. Once you reach a certain level of money and your money builds on itself, you get time.
Big facts.
And that's what people are missing when they get money. They forget that they got that money to get back their time.
For those big booty bitches.
Yeah. Or those single lady... Fucking wobbled the whole camera. Wobbled the whole camera. Wow. Yeah, but... Or like those, single lady cruises. Free time. Ladies get to spend... I know certain ladies in their middle age, upper, areas where that's all they do because they got their money right. They literally go on cruises like every other month.
Yep, for those big booty bitches. Yes. What am I gonna see? So good with. Oh, I'm sorry. That was very immature. Yeah, I promise I'll be on a good behavior. Sing it like a song singer. Sing it like a song singer. Let's get back to
And when it comes down to philosophies, when do you fight? When do you walk? When is time for you to keep fighting? For your wife, for your parents, for your siblings? When is it time to walk from a relationship? And I'm sick and tired of this girl. She brings out the worst in me. I'm sick and tired of this friend. First, he's smoking cigarettes when he was 16. Then he's drinking beers at 18. Then he's smoking weed at 17, 18. Now he's doing cocaine. Now he's doing special K. Now he's doing ecstasy. Now he's doing everything. I'm done with this guy. I'm out. When is it time to fight? When is it time to walk? This would be one of the most difficult things for you to put together in your life, especially with the people that you have in your life.
What do you think? What do you think?
Simply, in layman's terms, you gotta learn when to hold them and when to fold them. It's very simple. Some people... there's some people that are down in their luck or they have problems, and if they're showing effort to become something, try to fight to make it work. But if you see a dude that's given up on himself and he keeps making excuses, he's going to substances, what have not, you gotta learn to let it go. You gotta understand, you gotta keep friends. You gotta keep friends that benefit you, because if you don't have friends that benefit you and you benefit them, you're just doing what you did in high school. Like, remember that 70s show? Y'all just sitting down in the fucking basement doing nothing every episode.
Yeah, for me, when it's time for me to let go of family, friends, relationships, it usually means that I'm dreading seeing you. talking to you, being around you. That's when I know it's time for me to let somebody go. When I hear your name or have to contemplate calling you, talking to you, and a sense of dread comes over me, it's time for you to go.
I mean, I feel you on that, but sometimes I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes it hurts to cut people off that you care about. I had to let go of friends that once I hit a certain point in my life, I realized I outgrew them. Some of them, I'm doing better things for myself. They're staying the same. They're still doing shit we were doing in high school. Some of them are in jail. Some of them in prison. You gotta learn to keep pushing forward because sometimes those people ain't good for your life.
Well, yeah, but that's my point, though. You're making my point. When you were changing and things were changing for you and they were remaining the same, and you thought about when you had to go hang out with them, you dreaded the idea that you're probably going to get in trouble.
But I was adding on that I was dreading losing them because when you see them, you think about the old days.
Yeah, but the dread of dealing with what you're going to have to deal with oftentimes ends up greater than the dread of losing said person. Not all the times, but
Fair.
sometimes.
Fair. I get you. Sometimes it wavers. But let's get back to it.
When to do one of these two things. And by the way, you got to come up with this, not my job. It is your job. I have my own philosophies on what's worked for me. You got to take your life experiences, read all the books, ask other people, see how this person does it, see how that person does it, and then eventually put it together, and that's your philosophy. And then every once in a while, you fine-tune, and then you pass it down to the next generation. All right, next one here we got is your career, okay? When it comes down to your career, there's a few things you need to realize early on. For me, I realized I love people and I love numbers. Very simple. So what talents do you have? What interests do you have? Me. I'm good with numbers. Interest. I love people. I like people. I sincerely am interested in people's stories. I want to know why this guy got 2 degrees in national security. I want to know this guy who's his birthday today. I want to know this guy who just became a father right now. I want to know that guy who's from Chile, why he thinks the way he does, because he's a big fan of, the Middle East and all this other stuff. But I'm interested. I'm interested in people, and my talents are XYZ. Then it's my contacts and community. So through my contact, I got into the financial industry. The financial industry was able to use my talents and interests. Through that, my career took off, and the rest is history. So career-wise, what do you want to do with your career? And by the way, I've met people that go from company to company to company to company. Every single time is the company's fault. It's not the company's fault. It's on you. If the last 3 jobs didn't work out for you, it's you blame it on the company. It's not the company. It's all on you. I met many people like that who blame everything on the company, their boss, the industry. Nope, it's not how it works. 0 excuses when it comes down here. How can you make the situation better? How can you approach the game better? In every single company, there are those who are in the clique of talking shit behind the boss's back. Every company has this, not just ours, not just Amazon, not just Uber, every company. Then there are those in the company that just do enough, right? They just do enough so make sure nobody notices them. Then there is the guys that are like, I've showed up, I want to work, I want to represent, I want to do my part, I want to give back, I want to make sure everything I can do to make this company better. They get noticed, they get elevated. Does it happen every time? No. Does it happen the second you do it? No. Sometimes it takes 3, 6, 12 months, yes. But eventually the market's going to be like, who are you? You're getting promoted. Come on, we want to give you a different opportunity, right? And sometimes you're going to raise your hand. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I volunteer? I'd like to be, well, not right now, maybe in 6 months. Okay, just consider me. Can I do it? Can I do it, right? But the reality is talent, interest, contact, leads you to an opportunity, turning
Facts, like the 3 important things. You got to know when you want to start your future or build it. You got to know your your talents. You got to know what you're good at. You got to know your interests. But also, I feel like for the interest one, he also has to add: do you have the drive to chase your interests? Because you could be interested in some stuff, and then you get into the reality of it, and it doesn't work out. Like I was prior military. Went through basic training. You know how many people thought it was going to be a cakewalk? They failed on week 1. Boxing's the same, and I know you did boxing too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but it's like, but when it comes to the talent side of it, I think people pick their easiest talent, though.
Ooh.
I feel like most people are picking the talent that is just, comes too easy, too simple, and they want that to be the thing because they want it to be easy. I feel like sometimes the talent that you possess that's going to get you the most squeeze from your fruit is your more difficult talents. Like, for example, I'm a talented cable technician and wire guy and a components guy, but I'm going to get more squeeze out of the juice doing events, creating, producing, directing, editing. Those skills are more intricate, especially if I'm using high-level software like Adobe or After Effects. Those skills are way harder than replacing a fitting on the end of a cable wire.
So, would you think it would be a fair statement that we could probably change it to like your talents, things you're capable of learning, and your connects? Because once again, the connection, like when you have friends that have connections to things you lack.
Well, no, the interest should still be there, because without interest, you have no drive. If you don't, I used to always tell my daughter this: if you don't like it, you won't try it. If you don't try it, you won't get good at it. If you don't get good at it, you won't excel at it. And if you won't excel at it, then you'll just quit.
That's what my wife said when I was trying to find her sweet spot. You know, the little dot between the, it's like, I don't know where it is. It's like, where's water?
Every man's been looking for that for centuries. You're not alone.
Don't you fucking judge me. Back to it.
I judge him enough.
Turning in your favor. Number 6, who and when to marry. My wife and I last night had a very, very good conversation together about kids. And we both would love to have more kids. The other day, we're having dinner with our kids, and our kids are begging for another kid. And trust me, we want it. But the 4th one was very difficult on Jen, on my wife. So last night, we kind of having that conversation, which is kind of like, she's telling me, just, babe, you realize the next time, because Brooklyn came in our bed last night and she's just laying next, she's the best. She kicks me, does everything, slaps me in the face, doesn't bother me at all, right? She said, babe, you realize the next time we experience something like this is probably going to be in the next 15 years when our oldest decides to have a kid at 28 years old, God willing. That means we're not going to experience this for 15 years. Such an emotional moment. Why? We love kids. It's awesome. Yes, it's some difficult days, but it's unfreaking believable, right? So who to marry? You got to make sure you marry somebody based on set of values. You got to marry somebody that the temperament matches yours. You see how I am. There's plenty of documented hours of me talking. You know my temperament. I used to date a girl just like me, Italian. It's not going to work. So temperament, then personality type. Kind of goes together. Does it match yours? Does it complement yours? Pace. Can she go at your pace? Do you want her to go at your pace? Do you want her just to support? How many kids do you want to have? Do you guys want to build a family based on the same values and principles? Who knows? Yes, no, maybe. But the reality of it is who and when. Some want to wait till later on in life. It's your choice. Some want to have it early on. It's your choice. And these are things like, I was 23 years old. I knew for a fact I wasn't ready to get married at 23 years old. I was still going to clubs 6 nights a week. I was on Las Vegas. I can tell you, every single one of the clubs I would go to Monday is the only night I would take a break. But every other night I was on a club. It was either Monday or Tuesday. It's been so long, 26 years. Monday or Tuesday was my break. Every other night I'm at the club. Every night I'm at the club. And then one day I'm like, I would never let my daughter marry the 23-year-old version of PBD. And I changed. And then from there, everything started changing for my life as well. But who to marry and when to marry.
What he's saying is not untrue. He's pretty much saying who you marry can make or break your success career. Simple as that.
Well, yeah, but what he's saying is like who and when. So, like for me, for example, I had a daughter in a long-term relationship from the age of 19 forward. Knowing what I know now, that is not the best choice for any young person, whether it be a man or a girl. For me, you literally have, in my mind, you should be spending a significant level of your 20s exploring life and people and things and interests, and that way you're not hindered or kept down if you want to pursue higher levels of education, career, fortune. You have time. I feel like people rush into it at 19 because they feel like you're already old by the time you're 40. You're not exactly old at 40, but I feel like you've wasted time of your youth that extra energy you do have in your 20s, that's when you could reach truly like any goal you want. Any goal in this life. When you're young, you have the drive, you have the energy, that's the best time to do it. So making babies and getting married, I feel like for any man or girl, any man or woman, that should be more closer to your 30s. That's when you should be beginning to try to do that. Up until then, it should be grinding to specific goals in life.
Facts. Simple answer. When who you marry, the person that actually like fits your moral code, and you, when you see her character, how she acts matches the character she claims to be. 2, when you marry, wait till you build yourself up financially. Simple as that. Build yourself up financially and go further from there.
Your dreams, very important. The moment you no longer have dreams, you're just cruising casual, you're content, putting on weight, nothing crazy. Every time people are around you, you're yawning too much, you're relaxing, you're this, and it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. If you're in the game, you know your short-term goals, long-term dreams, what your dreams are with your family, what your dreams are with travel. Man, I haven't seen Monaco yet. I want to go see Australia. I want to go to Russia. I want to go to Armenia. I want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Canada. Great. What places do you want to go see around the world? Kids, dreams. I want to be able to do X, Y, Z for my kids. One day I want to have a kid. I want my kid to run for office one day. I want my kid to play baseball. I want my kid to be in business with me. Money, dreams, house, cars. You have all these other things that you're looking at. Church, charity, contribution, politics, your dreams. I want to run for office one day. I want to be able to become the local mayor, hypothetically. But the heavier this is, it's exciting. It's juicy. I want to be an executive one day with the company I'm in. I want to own a share of XYZ. I want to own a piece of XYZ. Whatever this may be. I want to have a lake house. Those things are important. If you write these out, this energizes you to go long term.
Just to pause it right here. Don't you feel like dreams kind of go with the other ones we dealt with?
To a certain degree, yeah. So we're going to keep moving.
Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing.
Number 9, where to live. Nowadays, everybody's like, oh, it's hard to leave New York. I don't want to live. The other day, I'm at my cigar lounge. 15 Armenians show up to our event. The cigar lounge called Boredom. If you want to learn more about it, we'll put the link below. We're at the cigar lounge. Eric Trump is doing a podcast. Members only, they get a chance to meet Eric Trump. 15 Armenians show up. What are you guys doing here? Well, I watch your video, 10 reasons why to move to Florida. So we moved down here. Are you serious? Yeah, where do you live? Boca, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. No shit. Yeah, that's awesome. Conversations. A bunch of families moved here from Canada. Why are you moving? Well, let me tell you why we moved. Because we were sick and tired of the taxes and regulation. The climate for business was just complicated, but also the climate. We want to be in a warmer climate. Canada's cold. We want to be in a better place. Okay, no problem. Freedom. Where do you feel free? Raising your kids based on the values you want to raise them on. Lifestyle. I want to be by the water. I need to be by the water. I need to be by the water. I lived in California. I love being by the water. Live in Florida. Love being by the water. I lived in Dallas. I don't like the beach in Dallas. Okay, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Okay, community. What community do you want to live in? Travel and locations. I'm here in Florida. I got Europe. I got Middle East. I got New York. I got Caribbean. I got, Bahamas. I got everything this way. Guess what? Travel and locations that you got to be looking at. And by the way, you have to also realize everywhere you live, there's a price. California earthquakes, Dallas tornadoes, and the weather shuts down winter. Florida, we got hurricanes, high tide, water, all this stuff that happens. Nowhere's going to be perfect. You have to make a decision where you want to live.
I don't want to do the where to live one. I think it's stupid.
You don't want to do it?
You can do it.
Fine. He said I can do it. Simply. Where do you live? Where the big booty Latinas are. No miras torta, no me importa.
What does that mean?
If she ain't thick, I ain't with it. Pretty much.
Word, I'm white.
Word. Yeah. That was the
That was
whitest.
awkward as hell.
I know.
I had to figure that out. That was like math.
My man!
I don't really have too much opinion on where to live. You live where the fuck suits your life and lifestyle. Simple.
Go where you're appreciated, not tolerated. Simple.
You don't like where you live, move.
Don't be the dumb guy that wants to live somewhere and it's like, the most, if I'm a black guy, I'm not going to places that's like, sundown town. We ain't going there.
Is this a one-up thing?
Yeah.
You can have it. You win.
I'm just saying.
And last but not least is your purpose in life. What is your purpose? At 28 years old, I made a decision. I want to be a leader amongst leaders. For the rest of my life, that's been my MO. Hasn't changed at 46. I'm about to turn 47 on October 18th. In 11 days, I'll be 47 years old. It's been the same since 28 years old. It's been consistent, it's been focused, and now it's about finding ways to elevate people around me, my kids, my family. Folks, I got certain goals I have in place with the Assyrian community. I got certain goals in place with the Armenian community. My dad's Assyrian. My mother's Armenian, Boghosian, Bet-David. I was born and raised in Iran. I got certain things I like to see happen with the Iranian community. And of course, the country that changed my life, America. Greatest country in the world, in my opinion. So, purpose. What is that purpose for you? This is like having a child. It takes a while. This is like finding a wife. It doesn't happen overnight. Don't expect to watch us and say, why can't I come up with my purpose tonight in 3 hours? It doesn't work that way. If you're in pursuit of this, you read biographies, you read autobiographies, you watch documentaries, you study certain people that did big things in life, and you're like, I want to see what Joseph Kennedy did. I relate to what this person did. I love what Charlie Kirk, I love what Emma, I love what this person, I love what the Buffett, and then boom, you all of a sudden like, I got it. This is who I'm going to be. No problem. Light it up and go after it. So, again, I got 15 other things where I can host a 2-day event privately for young men and have these conversations with you. But this is a brief. Here you go. Look at this here. This is what I wrote here. Like back in the days, except I don't have ink all over my clothes. But this is 10 of the most important decisions you need to make as a young man. If you want.
I mean, pretty much he's talking purpose, but this, I don't know. We've kind of skipped past a few of these because it seems like it's just the same thing, just coming at it from a different way. You know, we talked about purpose is no different than dreams and drive. You know, your purpose, you know, why are you doing this? Why do you want to get there? What do you expect out of it? What is your reasons?
Where are the big booty bitches so I can live with them?
He always looking for them.
You said I could be on my best behavior, but this is the best one, kid. Like we promised.
Yeah, but you tell a different joke.
But you know what I'm at. Y'all know what I'm about. I love my Latina mommies and golf mommies that aren't mentally distraught. But yeah.
Yeah, no sad bitches.
He's got it. He's got it. But yeah, pretty much you just gotta understand. A lot of it we looked at the end, it was repeated. So I feel like there's some things I think he could have added to be another 10, but it is what it is. So should we just end it?
Yeah, this is where we're going to end it. So what did we learn today, guys? We learned that sometimes when you make a list of 10, they should probably be different things. But we also learned that life is about doing the things you don't necessarily find easy. Your purpose, your drive, your goals, your wants. What's your money? Why you leave relationships? Why are you doing this? What do you plan on getting out of it? What is your purpose for money? All these things, I think we all know them, but not many people want to do the hard work related to these things.
Yeah, like the saying, the streets ain't for everybody. That's why we made sidewalks for the losers.
But all right, guys, we appreciate y'all. I'm PhilltCast.
And I'm KodyBear. And
Until the next time, guys. Peace.